Hello. Right, we're going to start with the spreadsheet, and we're going to start working on the tabs at the bottom. So as you can see, we've got a tab for codes. Now this is where you would create the product codes, and then you've got your different suppliers here. So you've got Packetall, Personalized, Memento, Liberty House Toys, and TB Trade. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start and go through just two of the tabs because they all work basically the same. So with your codes, what would happen is you would put the name of the product here, and you just copy it over from the sort of Personalized, Memento, wherever it is, just copy over the name. That's why everything is in green. And then you'd make up your code here, and we'll look at that later on when we start going to the other tabs. And then this column is, I just put the abbreviation of the supplier, so PM would be Personalized Memento. And as you can see, I've changed the numbers, so it's gone from 2672 to S2673. On mine, the numbers will begin with J. Now, you may know this or you may not know it, but when you get to the end, you probably do know this. You don't need to physically put in the numbers in sequence. If you just click on this little black square in the corner and drag your mouse down, whoops, just get that into position, and drag your mouse down. Why isn't it doing it? There you go. As you can see, it's starting to add the sequence, and you can go down as far as you like. So you can see there's 2725, 26, 27, 28. It will keep the sequence of the numbers. So just click on that little black square, drag it down, and you can add as many numbers as you like while keeping them in sequence. But as I said, you probably already know that. Okay, so when it comes to adding products to the costing sheets. Actually, let me start explaining. If you go through, you'll see you've got green here. And what this means is that is in stock. This is why it's all in colors. If it's green, it's in stock. If it's red, or sort of pinkish, it's out of stock. I've highlighted the percentages, the percentage markups in yellow. And this green area here is the markup amount. So if you mark up 1176 by 100%, your markup is 1176. This is your delivery costs. Now on this Packetall, I will add the delivery costs on the side because they work on zones, which you'll see shortly. And then as you can see, if we decide to go with an 80% markup, this particular item will sell. The total costing price is $25.96. We just mark it up to $25.99. Now in this column, we have the eBay selling fee. So this is if items sell on eBay. If we add this to eBay, that would be our total profit after the eBay selling fee and the PayPal fee and the cost of the sale. So in other words, the cost of the item and delivery has been taken off. That would be our profit. Because this item isn't on eBay, it's marked in red, but in green, it's on the website. So if you come to something like this where the wall clock has gone out of stock, you can see that doesn't need to be taken off eBay because it's not on there, but you need to mark it as out of stock on the website. But I'll explain that when I do the website video for you. Now, all of these things, don't change them, the ones that are highlighted, simply because, back up there, if you look here, you've got the sum of, so this is the formula. So as you can see, it's C1039, so if you go to 39, the total cost of the goods is 1176, and it's multiplied by 1 to give you 100%. On the next column, it's multiplied by 0.8. So don't change anything in these columns that are marked in green because the formula is there to add the amount of the product. And I'll show you how that works. It just does it automatically. You just need to put the product amount in and it will automatically calculate the selling price for you. Now, I've also got the links on the side here to the products. Now, what I do is sort of once a week, I will go through these and just make sure that the stuff is in stock. So what I do is I click on the column before, just so if I'm distracted, I know where I'm up to when I'm checking the stock. And if you just click on that, it will open up the dropship website, and you can see how much stock is available. So in this one, you can see there's 75 in stock. Now, when it comes to checking your stock, for the most part, you're pretty much okay down to about 20 products, and then I would mark it as out of stock. With Packator, everything else I would go sort of 20 to 30 products, mark it out of stock, except in the case of the money boxes and the mugs. I mark those out of stock when they get down to about 50 because they go pretty quickly after that. But that's all you do, is you just check and see how much is in stock. If it's in stock, it's fine, it's good, you don't need to do anything else. However, if you come on, let me just go to one that's out of stock. If you imagine that was in green and you're going to check this one, and you click on the link, it'll take you to the example dropship products page. And right at the top here, it'll say this product is no longer available. So you know it's out of stock then. And then all you would do is go to that, mark it as red here, and then have a look and see, okay, it's not on eBay. You don't need to do anything with eBay, but it is on the website. So you would need to go to the website and mark it as out of stock there. But as I say, I will show you how that works when I do the website video. Now, if you're going to add new products, all I do is I just highlight this section here. And you don't need to go right to the end of the URL for the link, because that's in that cell and it's just spread across the cells. But if you just highlight that section and then copy it, leave a line and go to the next line and add it there. And now what you do is, let me just go to new giftware products and we'll choose anything on this one. Okay, so you can see, let's say this musical LED Christmas snowstorm, and you want to add this to the website. You simply click on it. And again, when you're checking, check that there is a good amount of stock, at least 100, 200 or more. If you're in the thousands, then it's going to be in stock for quite a while. And let me just log in and go back so that we can see the prices. Oh, why don't you do that? Log in. Why is it always it messes you around when you're trying to do a video? Let me try and refresh the page. Hang on a second, let me just see what's going on here. Okay, there we have it. I'm logged in now. Now you can see the price of this is $16.52 excluding VAT, and they recommend the selling price be at $44.65 including VAT, and you've got 368 in stock. But you'll also see here they've got delivery zone for this item as J, so delivery zone J, and I will add these delivery zones to your spreadsheet just to make it easier, so you don't need to have to look at it, but I'll just open that tab up just to show you. So if you scroll down this page, you just go to where the zones are. So you can see JK and L is £6.49 delivery charge, and it's excluding VAT, so you would need to add the VAT to that. Okay, so I just want to make a note of that. Okay, so if we want to add this now, we just highlight the name of it. back to your costing template, double click on this to highlight the entire thing, otherwise you get a bigger font on it, and then paste it in. Okay, and then over here, if you go next to it, you can copy and paste the link. That's just so you can check the stock later. Okay, on the side here on Open Office, if you click this little button here, you want to uncheck that wrap text there so that it will spread it out. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you want to create your code, your stock code for this. So you, again, just copy and paste that cell, go to the codes, copy and paste it, at least paste it in. And now with the code, how you work that out is you have a look for their product code. So their product code is XJAR67. So you just highlight that, go back to the page, double click on it, enter it in, and then put a hyphen and then add this number, the S2673, S2673, hyphen, and then your dropshipper abbreviation, which is packet or dropshipping, so you just add PD. Go to the next column and add PD, so we know who the supplier is. Anyway, if we wanted to filter just packet or dropshippers out to see what we have there, we can just do it that way instead of going through thousands of things on the spreadsheet. Then all you do is you take that and you copy it and you go back to the Packator tab and you just paste it in there. And that will be your code, and you'll see this when we add it to the website. That will be your code that you will add to the website. Now you want to put in your cost price. So if you go back to this, you can see the price is $16.52 excluding VAT. So let me just open the calculator. So you would put in 16.52 plus 20% and add it, and then that would give you 1982 is the cost price of this item. So you go to the spreadsheet and just add in your 19.82, and as you can see, it changes everything in here. Now you also have to change your delivery cost on this, because on this item it's more, it was £6.49 plus VAT. So again, you will go back to your calculator. I don't know why I keep shutting my calculator down instead of just minimizing it. So your delivery charge is £6.49 plus VAT. Make sure delivery charge 7.78, so you would make it £7.79. I'm not going to use that again now, so I'll just close it. And then, as you can see, it will change it. Now, if you go back to the recommended retail price, they recommend $44.65. Now, you need to bear in mind that that is the cost of the item excluding delivery. But for the most part, we can sell it at that price, even including delivery. But if you felt that it needed more profit on it, you can work it out that the delivery cost is £7 something, so you could add £7 to £8 onto that to get to a recommended retail price. So rather than 44, if you add 7, it's going to take you up to 51.65, or 8 because it's more than 7. It would take you up to 52.65. But let's work on that 44.65 as the recommended retail price. Now, if you go down, you can see it. We've got that at 120%, simply because that is cheap. Sometimes I hire the percentage up here and change this because an item is of a lower cost and the profit is a lot lower. So if you needed to change it, if you went from 100%, you would just change that there to 120, and in this column you would just add the 0.2 after the 1, so that cell multiplied by 1.2 to make it equivalent to 120%. But you can always ask me about that later or have a bit of a play around with it. It's fine. Like I said, this isn't your proper spreadsheet. But anyway, we can see this is 51.99. But if we go at 80%, right, we can assume it's going to be then 39.99. Now, what I do then is I just test the different markup percentages. So if I put 39.99 in here, right, we could actually sell this item at 39.99 simply because if you look at it after the selling cost, the total selling cost, which is the 1982 cost of the item plus the 779 delivery, once you've taken that off, you still have a gross profit of 12.38. Your eBay selling fee on that item is going to be £5.05, and the PayPal fee is going to be £1.56, which means that even at $39.99, we're still making a really good profit of £5.77 on eBay. Now, if you take it at 39.99 on the website, we don't have eBay selling fees. So as you can see, our profit on that item then becomes £10.82. So we can actually sell this at less than their recommended retail price. And then what I do is I just delete this and then go to this section here for the background color. And you put no fill because we're going to use that price as our selling price. Now, the reason I highlight this in here is because we're making a £5.77 profit on eBay, but I use eBay mainly, yes, we want to make profit, but mainly to get customer email addresses to add to our mailing list so we can direct them to the website in the future. But so I might go on eBay and add this item to eBay, and I might mark that down to $37.99. And then I would put the $37.99 there. We're still making a profit of £4.08, but that is just to get the customers in. Once the item starts selling on eBay, we can raise that price back up to the normal price, which is why I have it highlighted here. We're going to leave the website at that price and just sell it cheaper on eBay because we're still making a good profit on it on eBay at that price. So it's just, I highlight this so that I can see actually that price, although it's next to it, I might have a sale on the website, for example, and lower both prices. So it's just to see the actual price should be $39.99. So if we mark it down on the website and on eBay, we know what the full price should be. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And again, we'll go into normally what you would do at this stage is once you've added it onto here, you would then add this product onto the website so that you know that that is done, rather than do a whole load of items and then you would need to go back and add them all to the website. Now I have a separate tab on my spreadsheet where I have some items that aren't on the website, so I just have an eBay column for those. But just imagine, for example, you think something, let's say a wedding guest book, you know, those little books you sign at weddings, you know, to wish the couple well and what have you. It's not really a gift, it's something that the bride or couple would buy for themselves. Imagine you came across something like that and you think, well, this will sell on eBay. You can see people on eBay are selling loads of these items. Now, you might want to add that item to eBay, but not to the website because it's not really a gift item. In which case, then you would highlight the website side as red because it's not on the website, and highlight the eBay side in green because it is on eBay. And this is just so that you know, if you come across something, if you want to take it off or if it's out of stock, you know whether it's on eBay or the website or both. If you have it on the website and eBay, both of these columns would be marked in green, and that's why this is like color coded. Now you go to personalized memento, and I'll show you what I mean with the delivery charges. And as I said, I will add the different zones over here on the postage, so you don't need to keep going to the zones on the website. You can see if it says on here zone J, you can see straight away on your website zone J is X amount, and I will put the VAT price in there, the VAT included price, and not the normal price. And you have this on all of these. So personalized memento is exactly the same thing. So all of the products from personalized memento would go on here. You'd work the same way. Now Pakator has zones, so they have different delivery charges for the zones, and these zones are actually worked on weight. So it depends on the weight of the products. So they just put it as zones. But personalized memento works on the price. Now over here, what I do is I add the recommended retail price, because their postage is calculated on the recommended retail price, and that's why over here you've got all the $14.99, $19.99, and so forth, because that is that website's recommended retail price. So an item that's got a recommended retail price of $19.99 would fall between the $15 to $39.98 cost, and then the postage on that would be $4.74. Something that's $14.99 would fall under the $3.54, and so forth. But as I say, just have a play around with that. Liberty House Toys, they also have a section where their delivery charges are based on not the recommended retail price, but their selling price. So in other words, their selling price is $38.99, their postage is $8.34. So they don't work their postage on the actual the retail price, they work it on their own price, the wholesale price. It's a bit difficult, you need to actually, if you go into a new dropshipper, have a look and see how they work out their delivery charges, and why personalized memento works their delivery charges out on the retail price rather than the wholesale price. I don't know, but their postage prices aren't too bad anyway. TB Trade, I don't have anything in here. I've just put free shipping because there's free shipping on all their items, so your shipping delivery charge is going to be $0 right across the board, unless they specifically say there's going to be a delivery charge on this. But for most of their items, well, nearly every item I've come across, it's free delivery, so there's no delivery charges on those. But with all of these, if you're looking on TB Trade and you want to add a product, you would do the same thing. You would highlight this section, do it this way, so I've got a stupid mouse. You would copy that, leave a space, and paste it in, and then add the name of the product you want to add. Do the whole thing again with add the link to that item. Do the whole thing again where you would go take that name, the product name, go to the codes, add it in, get the product code from the website of that particular product, hyphen, add the next number in, and then if you're on TB Trade, you would add -TBT, and then TBT in the next column. It really is as easy as that. And on this spreadsheet now, you can add things. Don't worry about putting them on the site, just to get used to it. You can add things to it and just see how it works. But like I said, all of these, if you see you've got 1982 at 100, we'll change that, we'll make that 100%, and we'll make that 100%. So we'll just go to the formula at the top, take that out. Oh, hang on, let me undo that. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, so take out the 0.2, so you've got the amount in that cell multiplied by 1. and that will then change that to 1982. As you can see, then it's 100%. So the markup is 1982. The cost price is 1982. The delivery is 779, and when you add those three together, it automatically comes to 4743. But as I said, we will go the 80% of 39.99 because you're still making a good profit on it. And just keep doing that, just to play around with it, just keep adding things and taking things away. And when it comes to taking things away, what I do is, let's take a look at this one, where you have the wall clock. When you start going through, the products that are out of stock, what I do is I just check the link and just make sure it's still out of stock. So if we check that link, you can see that item is out of stock. It says at the top here, this product is no longer available. It's taking you to the example dropship product page. So you know that item still isn't in stock. So you would have gone to the website and you would have already have set that as out of stock. And when we do that video, I will show you as well how to remove an item, how to delete an item off the website. But you might want to take this off, in which case you would have a look at the code. So it's you look at the middle number then, because everything is in sequence on the code page. So it would be the 2532. If you go to the codes page, whoops. So you would just go up to the 2532 here. So there you have it there. Oh, my mouse has been an idiot. And you would right click that and delete the entire row. Don't worry about it being in red on here. But like I said, this is only green because you're copying and pasting it over from the main page. But you can delete the entire row, and that will remove that row then. And the reason I don't empty that out and use that code again is because it gives me an idea at the end of it how many products we've actually gone through and how many we've added to the site and taken away over the years. And I actually started doing this recently, so there's quite a lot. At the moment we've put in 2,672 plus, because I've never did this before. So that's how many products we've actually worked with in the past, at least that 2,672. And deleting a row will not necessarily change the sequence. It will just take that number out. So if we delete this row, because I'm going to delete it because this is your proper spreadsheet, but I will put this right again. I will just undo it. So we'll just delete this, delete the entire row. And as you can see, it will then jump from 2672 to 2674. The sequence will still be there without the one that you've deleted, if that makes any sense. Let me just put that back in because I need to remove that later to get your spreadsheet back to normal. But on yours, you just need to work on this. Like I said, once a week you just go through and you just keep going down, checking each link. I'll just close these other tabs. I'll do that again. So if we go to the next one, the mug and bowl set, if you click on that, then you can see there's 354 in stock. If you go to the next one, click on that. And of course, you can close the tabs that you've used before. Otherwise, I'll have hundreds of tabs. And you can see there's 444 in stock, so that's fine. That can stay on. And that's all you're doing with these, is you're just looking up the prices, putting the prices into the costing sheet. The costing sheet works out the selling price for you, and that is the price that you would use on the website or on eBay, or both, depending on what you're going to do. But anyway, when I come down, if you've got any questions or you're struggling with it, we'll take a look at that. But other than that, you just have a play around and and do things the way you want to on your spreadsheet and see how it works out.